I would say that it's the recovery of the centrality of love and of God as love, but then the order of the person as love, but as inclusive of the body. And why is that important? It seems to me we can say many things about that. Why is it important? So in other words, he recovers the love as not just something. We think of love as sort of an ideal. You can use sort of the metaphor of it's like the gravy on the mashed potatoes. It sort of comes on the surface of something, but it isn't part of the inner reality. And I think that's above all what he challenges. It is the inner meaning of everything, and in a particular way. So it's meant to take form in the culture, have something to do with the economic order, the political order, and so on. But what I want to emphasize in a particular way in light of theology of the body is the prescience, or you say the providentiality of his emphasis on theology of the body in the recognition of that we see so much controversy over today, and that is the recognition of the sexual difference, the difference between man and woman, as really fundamental for the mediation of God's creative love in the cosmos. That in the reality of a fatherhood and motherhood and a child, something is essential that's revealed about the nature of love, which is contained in its fullness in God. And it seems to me that is, so in other words, the sexual difference is not a matter merely of biology, a reductive kind of biology, but it's an indication of the human order toward gift giving. And so there are so many things about the modern culture that are challenged there. The body is not simply a tool to be manipulated, as we see today in this gender, the reconstruction of gender and so forth. So these would be some of the things that I would say in response to that question. In referring back to the earlier things that I said, that this theology of the body in its full scope is really essential to the recovery or the securing of the integrity of the humanum in the future. That the meaning of the body is integral to the person, the meaning of the person as love made in the image of God are very much at stake in the current culture. And John Paul II, in Familiaris Consortio, he affirms that human civilization passes through the family. And I think we need to take that in a very literal sense. It's not just sort of a metaphor, but it literally, civilization is mediated. The lifeblood of civilization takes form in the family and is mediated to the rest of human civilization. And that really, it seems to me, is what's at stake in the future. And in that context, it's to deepen that further in light of something I said earlier about the reality of God. It's really that the human person, as we know from the teaching of the fathers of the church, the human person plays a decisively important role in the integration, the restoration of creation in and through Jesus Christ to the Father. And that means that the human person has to live the integrity of the imaging of God to mediate God's love in its integrity to the whole of human culture. And what the Pope has emphasized in the theology of the body is that this image is the mediator, the image of God that we find in the relations of the family and in the sexual difference are the revelation in embodied persons of the meaning of God's love. So either some form of the theology of the body takes root, or the humanum, the very existence of the human person, is at stake. And I don't think it takes much imagination today to see that that is very much alive. That is very much a threat today.